Travels by Broomstick comes to you from South Wales, the land of the dragon. Oh, and sheep. We got lots of sheep. Welcome to all you good people out there in podcast land. So, let's get the broomstick out the garage, and off we go.
We chose a suitably sombre day to try and find the famous spirit of the Green Lady. Dark clouds were rolling in, causing this formidable fortress to look dark and dismal. The water in the moat looked black and mysterious. The castle was cold and damp, with so much history and hauntings to explore.
Today's journey takes us to Caerphilly Castle, on Castle Street, in Caerphilly, South Wales, which is in the UK.
The largest castle in Wales, the second largest fortress in Britain after Windsor Castle. Sprawling across an impressive 30 acres, Caerphilly Castle is recognised as one of the greatest castles of medieval Western Europe. Its massive walls in a concentric design, great gatehouses and large towers were combined with water defences of a castle moat and surrounding lakes that created a stronghold not just for enormous strength and safety, but also as a symbol of wealth and power.
The castle was created by Gilbert de Clare and was built between 1268 and 1271. It is a striking testament to the Anglo-Norman domination of the area. Part of Gilbert de Clare's campaign to maintain control of Glamorgan, a county in Wales. Today the castle is owned by Cadw, the Welsh Government's Historic Environment Service that protects the history of Wales. The word Cadw is Welsh for keep, to keep safe or to protect.
And protection is certainly what we needed when we visited Caerphilly Castle, as it is home to a Grach Ribbon, truly one of the most terrifying amongst all Welsh apparitions, with a blood-curdling shriek, long lank black hair, bird-like talons, sharp-pointed teeth, a corpse-like appearance with skin stretched over its bony frame, her face withered and drawn, with large leathery wings like a bat. The Grach Ribbon swoops through the air on cold, dark nights, flitting from tower to tower, a harbinger of death for the Despencer family who once owned the castle. In 1317, the lordship of Glamorgan was passed by marriage to Hugh Despencer the Younger, a highly favoured courtier of King Edward II. The Despensers' greatest change at Caerphilly Castle was rebuilding the Great Hall, designed to entertain royalty. The Grach Ribbon would rise from the murky depths of the castle moat, screaming the name of the person who was about to die in the family. But even though the Despensers have long abandoned the castle, the Grach Ribbon remains. On one occasion, some local boys, who obviously were not aware of this hideous hag, almost accidentally caught her. They were truly terrified by the experience and swore never to return to the castle ever again. So the next time you're visiting Caerphilly Castle, stay away from the dark waters of the moat. You never know where this ghastly ghoul is lurking, or when she's going to scream out your name like a banshee, flapping her wings, ready to devour anyone she encounters.
The castle itself is very impressive. The weakest point of the castle is its entry points. Caerphilly has multiple entry points and many gatehouses, but the castle is by no means weak. It's been through lots of battles and sieges in its time, and is still standing, and is as large and imposing as ever. Medieval attackers would face a sequence of different obstacles to get into the castle. They would have first had to get over the moat, which used a drawbridge to cross over it. Then you need to get through the gatehouse, which was not only defended by a portcullis, which is a heavy vertical closing gate consisting of latticed wood or metal, which slides down grooves set in the gatehouse walls. It often had spikes along the bottom of the gate for extra defensive measure, to impale its victims. And if that wasn't enough, the gatehouses at Caerphilly also have arrow loops, narrow openings at the side of the gatehouse from which archers could fire arrows at the would-be attackers.
And if that still wasn't enough, the gatehouse is also equipped with murder holes. holes in a fortification through which the defenders of the castle could shoot arrows, throw rocks, or even pour harmful substances down the holes, such as scalding water, boiling oil, quicklime, or hot sand. They were even known to pour a vat of rotting vegetation, animal, or even human excrement. Yuck, that's disgusting. It would infect any wounds that were already sustained by the attackers, causing a very slow and painful death.
Another form of these murder holes were matriculations, often located in the curtain walls of the castle. The castle parapet was a barrier, that is an upward extension of the castle wall, at the edge of the roof. This would project over the corbel, which was a type of weight-bearing stone bracket, allowing the defenders to be protected while targeting the attackers below. I imagine that a lot of people met very grisly deaths trying to enter the castle grounds. Not unlike me trying to get Mrs. Broomstick out of the gift shop.
But they had cute dragons.
Although a mighty bastion, the famous Leaning Tower of Caerphilly Castle, which leans by over 10 degrees, more than the Leaning Tower of Pisa in Italy, was damaged during the 17th century battles between Oliver Cromwell's Roundheads and King Charles I's Cavaliers. Today, a wooden statue of the 4th Marquis of Bute can be seen doing his very best to hold the tower in place, an eloquent tribute to the man who saved Caerphilly Castle from ruin. Bute's plan was to support the economy of Caerphilly, and it was a great success. He spent millions of pounds of his own money from 1928 through to 1936 on his restoration project, indulging in his passion for medieval buildings, no doubt inherited from his father, the 3rd Marquis of Bute, who restored both Castle Cork and Cardiff Castle.
The Leaning Tower is where you can spot Caerphilly Castle's most famous ghost, the Green Lady, the spirit of Princess Alice of France, the niece of Henry II and the wife of Gilbert de Clare. Alice was a strong and passionate woman, but she hated her husband's warring ways and began to deeply resent him. One day she met a Welsh prince named Two Teg, and she quickly became enamoured with him, and the pair soon become lovers. Princess Alice fell deeply in love with her handsome Welsh prince. They would meet up in secret, and while Gilbert de Clare was away waging his wars, the pair would walk around Caerphilly Castle together. But Two Teg was unfortunately unable to handle his guilt at the love affair, and he confessed his secret relationship to a monk. But the monk was loyal to Gilbert de Clare, and he betrayed the trust of the confessional by informing Gilbert de Clare of his wife's adultery. Gilbert de Clare saw red in anger. He felt deeply betrayed. He ordered that Princess Alice be immediately sent back to France. He then ordered his men to hunt down Two Teg and kill him. The Welsh prince was warned about Gilbert de Clare's intentions for him. He gave vent to his fury by tracking down the treacherous monk and hanging him from a tree. This is where the little village of Ystrad supposedly gets its name, meaning the Vale of the Monk. It wasn't long before Gilbert's men caught up with Two Teg, and he himself was hanging from a tree. Poor Princess Alice was told of her lover's demise at the hands of her hateful husband. She was broken-hearted and racked with guilt, so much so that she dropped dead on the spot. Her sorrowful spirit returning to Caerphilly Castle, wearing a flowing green gown, eternally seeking the love that she lost centuries ago. Today, her melancholy moans can be heard as she wanders around the castle, echoing through the halls. Modern custodians have said that they've been able to smell her perfume lingering in the flag tower. Some say that she can transform herself into ivy, becoming one with the castle walls, trying to stay hidden from the modern world and the castle visitors. Others say that she is stuck in purgatory for her sins. Others believe that she is waiting to be reunited with Two Teg. People who have seen the Green Lady often report a sudden deathly chill, a sense of sadness, and a feeling of foreboding. At night, she is reported to be a glowing green entity, an orb, or a green light in the window of one of the castle towers, in a room that has been unoccupied for many years. So after that spooktacular tale of terror, how many brooms do you give Caerphilly Castle?
Well, Caerphilly Castle is a definite 5 brooms.
What is your favourite room in the castle?
Well, I liked all the rooms because the architecture is really stunning. Which room did you like best?
My favourite rooms were the chapel because of the vaulted ceilings, and I also liked the castle toilets because I can just imagine sitting there doing my business, reading a newspaper.
They didn't have newspapers.
Oh, I'd be reading my scroll then.
It was very noticeable that the bottom of the toilet tower exited outside of the castle grounds, showering excrement onto the populace in general. How about the spooks and the ghosts?
Yes, did you see the Green Lady?
I have not seen the Green Lady, although when we visited at night, we did see a green glow in one of the windows, but I'm sure that was just lighting.
No, I think it was the Green Lady.
So you think that was the ghost of the Green Lady? Well, shock horror. How many brooms did you give the gift shop?
Oh my goodness, I gave the gift shop 5 out of 5 brooms. There were so many little dragons. I wanted to take them all home with me. There was everything. Princess crowns, lollipops, hoodies.
We know how you like a lollipop.
I do love a lollipop.
Well, that concludes our adventures for this week. We hope you've had a magical time.